Paul, do you think you're a positive or a negative person? Or neutral, or neutral. You think you're positive? Wait, you think you're positive? I mean, you're always so mad. I mean, okay. You're positive. Welcome to another episode of the Mighty Code Coder. I'm Rob Fitzgerald, here to make you great and help you innovate. In this episode, we're going to crush Tuesday on our daily schedule. Today is Tuesday, so if you look on our daily schedule, that is another coding day. Now, usually we would do some agile style activities like scrums or pair programming, and I think we could still set that up in Canvas and groups. But for now, we're just going to roll into some more programming activities through Adhesive. In fact, we're going to do some abstracted programming activities in the AWS Console for the first time. Last year, in introducing the course material, Adhesive opened up with a face recognition piece that was exciting and helped kids understand how the AWS Console worked. Well, this year, same thing, except they'll use the sediment tool they offer called Comprehend, Amazon Comprehend. This will have you logging into your AWS Educate account, and I know some of you will still need to set that up, or you forgot about your information to get in. So this will be all we'll do today, and if you are quick and want to move on, just go to your Adhesive and keep clicking that next button. Where am I at? That next button down there. Okay, so let's get going by logging into our Adhesive. Remember, for my class, I am actually in one of my classes right now. For anyone that's in my class, you can comment in the class comment section if you have troubles. But I'm going to walk you through where I want you to go now. All right, so I will switch to my browser. And this is my Bookmarks. I will click on Adhesive there. All right. And Paul, you got to just be cool. Cool. Yeah. All right. And so always try to log in with your Google authentication, secure authentication. It's called something, I forget. And I will go to my courses, and I will go to your course, which I am in right now. Intro to CS, but if I'm recording this, so if you're watching this and you're in CSA, go into CSA, and if you're in CSP, go into CSP. All right, and then I'm going to go to my modules link here. All right, and I am going to scroll down. Yesterday we did all this stuff. We talked about ear sketch, and hopefully you got logged into that, and someone during the show said, you know, how many things are we going to log into? It's a lot. It's a lot of setup. Just think about the teachers that are not normally computer teachers, and they're trying to get all this set up and stuff. And hopefully they're having a good time, but they're definitely getting the feeling of what it's like to be a computer teacher. All right. So anyway, we're going to start this section here, this AWS Educate Comprehend piece. All right. And I am going to click this AI in action. Now, this is artificial intelligence. Okay, so what Adhesive will do is usually say what's going to be needed, and this will be your AWS account. All right, now if you don't have it, if it, like Joseph's just put in, it keeps saying I need to verify my account. Now, if it does say that, I'm going to have you just kind of take your hands off your keyboard and just watch the presentation, and then you could go back and watch a show, or after the show I will show you how to get in. And then there are some people on there trying to help out other people, which I like. So Joshua says, go to your Gmail and authenticate it. So keep trying. And remember, we did show how to get in, and then I will do some troubleshooting with you after the show. But for right now, you can just watch and go along with the class. Okay. All right, so here's the introduction. You can read this, and it talks about, what AI is, artificial intelligence, okay? And it uses opportunities that AI technologies make possible, and what Amazon Comprehend, a real-world natural language processing service, does. Now, when I talk to you, you guys know English, or you have some background, and you kind of figure out what I'm talking about. You know where I'm at. You know I'm your teacher. You know I usually talk about adhesive. So you can put a lot of stuff together about what I'm saying. Now, computers don't know anything, okay? They don't know I'm a teacher. They don't know that they're in a classroom. And so they have to take language and try to interpret what it's saying and then come to some kind of conclusion, including what language it is. So we'll show you that in a second. All right, so we're going to just keep going next after this. And so when you get to something like this and you see these little pluses, you could click them and it talks about what computer science is. Okay, I like this. It says computer science is the study of the ideas, ways of thinking, languages, software, and hardware needed to solve problems with computers. I like that solving problems part. Okay, and then it gives a little bit on cloud computing, which you talked about already. Okay, cloud computing is the practice of using a network or remote servers hosted on the internet to store or manage and process data. Remember I said computer science is really just about data? I like how they put data in that. And then the last thing they talk about is AI, which is what we're talking about today. And it says artificial intelligence is a branch of computer science that allows computers or machines to perform tasks that usually require human intelligence. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. Your computer's going to get smart on you. All right, and so we're now going to click into next. And this is what it says the exercise is. Now I've done the exercise, so I'm going to get right into it. But if you need more information about it, walk yourself through some of this text and read it. I always encourage you to read exactly what Amazon has put in the lesson or adhesive. All right, so I'm going to go through and I'm going to click next. All right, now at this point it's saying sign up, but we already did this. Hopefully, if you didn't do this, you can go and do that maybe later on. Maybe you just watch how I do this and then go into it later on, or if you're in, just follow me. Remember, when you're watching my show, there's two things to do. You can sit back and just watch it, or you can try to keep up. But the problem is sometimes when you're looking down and looking back up, looking down, you get kind of lost, and then everybody's in different spots. So sometimes it's just better to take your hands off the keyboard and just watch. All right, so assuming that you're in AWS, I'm going to click next. And this right here shows you how to get in. So remember, at the very top of your AWS, you always kind of click this AWS account, even though it's asking you questions to do badges and stuff below. Just always navigate to this AWS piece. And then you'll get this guy that is floating a computer on his hand, and enter your starter account. And then once again, click on the AWS Console, and I'm going to show you in a second what that looks like. All right, and then you're going to get your management console, and at the very top there's a search bar. They have so many services that you're going to need a search bar to sometimes find it, or that's quickest way to get it. So we're going to just type in comprehend up there. And then we're going to go right to our comprehend, and usually the orange button starts the service. Now remember what this is. This is a abstraction of what is a very complicated code piece, and where you'd almost need a master's degrees in computer science to actually do this. They've done it, and they allow to use it, and you could actually use it on any site, or if you're in a business, you could actually use this comprehend, and you don't have to be a computer scientist or program this stuff over and over. Okay, so I am going to go to my bookmarks, and I'm going to log into my console piece, and mine is right down here. And I will just use my... Okay, so now I'm in my management console piece, and today's piece we're going to use is something called comprehend. Okay, there it is. It comes up, comprehend. Now this is a service, an abstracted service. This is AWS, this is Amazon Web Services now. And we're in a service called Comprehend, and it's for natural language processing. So we're going to give the computer some language, and we're going to see if it can interpret it and see what it says. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and launch this on this button. Okay, and you could read these things. You have a navigation to the left-hand side up here. But we're going to scroll right down to the action. Okay, so we're going to input some text and analyze it. Now, the first thing we're going to do is go to built-in, and this is the built-in real-time insights based on AWS built-in models. You could create some other models and make it custom, but we're just going to stay with built-in. All right, and the text we're going to put is the default text we're going to put is this text right here that Amazon put. Okay, and we're just going to simply click analyze. Okay. Now, when we analyze this, okay, it automatically knows certain words. So if you look up here, it has certain words underlined, and it's pretty sure this is so Amazon.com, it knows Amazon's an organization, and it has this confidence rating. And so it's 0.84 or 84% sure that Amazon.com, this word right here, this set of words, is an organization. And then it also knows that Seattle, Washington is a location, and it's 98% sure. And then July 5th, 1994, they're about almost 100% that this is a date. So the computer's analyzing this statement, and it's going on. Now, let's talk about, let's see, syntax, I think it is. No, it's not syntax, it's language. Okay, so language, if you see the language down here, it says English. It knows it's English. It's 99% confident. And then sentiment, you saw me giving Paul a hard time if he's a positive or negative person. It'll actually tell you the sentiment. And it thinks that this little sentence up here about Amazon is pretty neutral. It's not positive and it's not negative. And of course, Paul wants us to think he is a positive person. Okay, right, Paul? Yeah. All right. So that's pretty cool. So let's first start by changing this language. So I'm going to copy this language, and I'm going to go into something called Google Translate. All right, and I could take that same message and I could turn it into any language I want. All right, look at all these languages. Look at it's a very large world, you guys. I mean, there are so many different languages out there, so many different cultures. You can never think that just your culture is the best one. It's just there's so much out there, and there's so much out there to learn. In your entire lifetime, you will not learn every way that everyone learns or lives. Okay, so that when I saw all these languages, it just reminds you of that. Okay, you got to be very open to other languages, other cultures. But anyway, I'm gonna use this one called Yiddish. I think my parents used to always tell you, "What are you speaking, Yiddish?" Well, there is actually a Yiddish. Okay, so I'm going to change the language into Yiddish. There it is. That's Yiddish. All right, and I'm going to copy this. There's a copy button right here. All right, and I'm going to go back to our comprehend, and I'm going to paste Yiddish in there. See that Yiddish? Okay, and I'm going to analyze the Yiddish. All right, now if I go to language, look at that. This computer that doesn't know anything about language has 99% confidence that what is in that analyzed result is Yiddish. Okay. Now, I think I also looked to see if it could look at my sentiment, but it's saying, yeah, sentiment recognition is not supported for this language. So some things with some languages it can't figure out. But let's do a sentiment with some different languages, okay? So I actually created something last night with some music lyrics, okay? So here are some music lyrics. Okay, I'm going to close that. That's today's show. And let's see if I could find, where are my lyrics that I did and I saved? Somewhere in here. It looks like I'm not finding them. Where are my lyrics that I did last night and I saved? Oh, I actually didn't save them in Evernote. I actually saved them in text edit. Here we go. I'll open up this text edit show and find my lyrics. Let's see. What did I call it? There it is. Happy. Okay. So I have Happy by Pharrell, and obviously you know what I was going here. So I'm going to go to Happy by Pharrell, copy those lyrics, paste them in there. Now, does anyone want to guess the sentiment of this song? Okay. If I analyze it, there's the analyzed text, and it actually comes to sentiment, and its sentiment is, it actually says, for some reason it actually saying it is neutral, but I don't, last night I got happy, so let's, here it is right here. It is 98% confident that Pharrell's song Happy is positive, okay? As compared to a song like Bruce Springsteen's Born to Run. You guys know my background music when you guys are coming to class is Bruce Springsteen, his Western Star album. Let's take one of his most popular songs, Born to Run. You know, Born to Run is about getting out there on your own and taking life by the tail and really doing a great job. And so it's, what is it? Is it positive? It's supposed to be, I feel Bruce feels it's a positive song, that you're getting out there and reaching your potential. At least a lot of people rally around that song. And I'm going to paste Born to Run in there, and then we're going to analyze that one, or the computer is. And remember, it just takes all these words and it figures out what they are. Highway, title, Wendy's a person, the palace is a title, okay, tonight's a date. So it's trying to figure out the verbiage in there. And then the sentiment is pretty neutral, only 0.15% positive. It's pretty neutral. 0.43 is the best one, okay? So it is, the sentiment is pretty neutral. You can see it's 0.515 confident. I don't know what Bruce thinks about that, okay? So if you're in this is your AI piece for the day and your AWS piece for the day. I just want you to go in there and play with this tool a little bit, all right? And put in words. And now, one other thing I did too is, after you get done with this, and if you go back in here, you're going to move forward, and there's going to be a quiz about what you did. And one of the things it's going to ask you is, what can this tool be used for? All right? And so start thinking about who could use a tool like this, In marketing, can it figure out if a song is positive? Actually, there are services out there that could take a song and see if it's a happy song or sad song, and then when you could put a playlist together, and you could start slow with a sad song and then slowly move your playlist through a happy song. So that's one of the first things I thought could be used with this. But start thinking about what this could be used for, and how maybe your search engines, Twitter, your social networks, how would they use something like this? Okay, maybe that's what's happening. Maybe they are using stuff like this already, and you wonder how your feed ends up your feed. Well, maybe they want to, if you're a positive person, they're going to give you positive feeds, okay, or negative, it's negative. So, start thinking about this. And so the next piece is you're going to have to go into here, and you're going to have to add this reflection. This is a graded reflection. So they ask you a couple questions, and then they ask you right here to reflect. What ways can you imagine this artificial intelligence technology being used now and in the future? Share your thoughts in 1 to 2 sentences, okay? And then answer all those, and it's going to give you a grade. And that's all we're going to do today. Okay? And so, so sentiment, okay? Computer, AWS comprehend is what we learned today. So I think that does it for this show. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me go ahead and do the outro and pack this one up, and then I'll come back on and I'll help those that are struggling to get logged in. If you did get logged in and you're already doing this, use that analyze text, do some of the stuff, put some of your favorite songs in there, and then answer that survey, and then you're done and you can move forward. Use that next button and move forward, or just take your time and checking out all your services. Make sure you're all caught up. Okay, so that does it for this episode. Hope that you enjoyed it. Remember, always trying to make you great and help you innovate. So until next time, what, Paul? Oh, yeah. If you have questions, you could leave them in the comments below, or go to the website at www.themightycodecoder.com, or find me on Twitter at mightycodecoder. See you next time.